All right, let's talk about one of the most mysterious and honestly coolest parts of being human, that aha moment. You know the one. Where do our best ideas really come from? Is it just some random spark, or is there a science to it? Well, let's dive in and find out. I mean, we've all been there, right? You're banging your head against a wall, trying to solve some problem for hours, and you're getting absolutely nowhere. So you give up, you hop in the shower, and then bam, the perfect answer just pops into your head. It feels like magic. Maybe for you, it's on a long drive or just doing the dishes. So, what is actually going on there?
Yeah, this is not just a coincidence. It's actually a core feature of how our brains are wired. It turns out that when we're seemingly doing nothing, when we're all zoned out, our brain is secretly doing some of its absolute best work, connecting ideas in ways it just can't when you're trying to force a solution. Okay, so to really get this, we need to meet the two main characters inside your head. Think of them as two different modes or two distinct networks that are constantly fighting for control of your attention. So here they are. On one side, you've got the taskmaster, and on the other, you've got the daydreamer. Now, these aren't just cute nicknames. They actually correspond to two massive neural networks in your brain, the executive control network, or ECN, and the default mode network, the DMN. The taskmaster, your executive control network, is, well, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's the CEO of your brain. It's the part that's active when you are laser focused, solving that math problem, writing that email. It is all about logic and deliberate step-by-step thinking. And then you've got the daydreamer, your default mode network. This is the network that kicks in when the taskmaster finally takes a break. It's where your brain defaults to when you're doing something routine, like taking that shower or just letting your mind wander. And this is not wasted time. This is when your brain is sifting through this huge reservoir of memories, patterns, and weird ideas. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. When you're focusing hard, when the taskmaster is in charge, it shuts the daydreamer down. But when you relax, the daydreamer not only comes back online, it can actually borrow brainpower from the taskmaster's network to work on problems in the background, totally non-consciously. And that right there, that's the secret sauce. So how does this little dance between the two modes actually lead to that flash of genius? This brings us to a really fascinating theory from the source material called CRET, that stands for Constraint, Resonance, Emergence Theory, which basically lays out the whole process. So it happens in 4 stages. First, you've got focused effort. That's you using your taskmaster to really load the problem into your brain. Then comes step 2, incubation. This is where you step away, let your mind wander, and let the daydreamer take over. That kicks off a subconscious search where your brain starts looking for weird, new connections. And finally, when it finds one, ignition. The idea explodes into your conscious mind. Let's talk about that subconscious search for a second. The best way to think about it is like a super powerful search engine that's just running silently in the background of your mind. It's constantly scanning everything you've ever known, looking for patterns that resonate with the problem you were just wrestling with. It's connecting dots that your logical taskmaster would just never, ever see. And this is exactly why intuition feels so magical, so effortless. The source material puts it perfectly. The work of problem solving is performed non-consciously. Consciousness arrives only at the closure point. All the heavy lifting, all the real work, happens behind the scenes. You only get the final answer, delivered to you when it's fully formed. The theory even gives us this cool way to picture it. Think of it like a tipping point. You've got this upward flow, that's the new idea bubbling up from your subconscious daydreamer, and you have downward control. That's your conscious taskmaster being ready to notice and grab that idea. When the strength of that upward push and your ability to catch it cross a certain threshold, bam, the idea breaks through. And here's the best part. This is not just something that happens to you. We can actually learn how to create the perfect conditions for these insights to happen. It's kind of like learning how to operate the machinery of your own brain. The source calls them control knobs, and I love that because we can literally learn to turn the dial between intense focus and that diffuse, daydreamy state to maximize our chances of having one of these creative breakthroughs. And these are basically the levers you get to pull. You can ask yourself, right now, should I be in daydream mode or focus mode? Is my goal to explore a bunch of new possibilities, or is it time to refine one single idea? And am I ready to commit to this solution, or do I need to step back and rethink my whole approach? Knowing which lever to pull and when is the key. So, how do we put all of this into a practice we can actually use every day? Well, the source material lays out this simple but incredibly powerful protocol for structuring your creative work.
It's called the creator's loop, and it's 5 simple steps. Step 1, seed. You spend a few minutes of intense focus just defining the problem. Step 2, diffuse. You step away and do something totally different to let your mind wander. Step 3, ping. You just briefly check back in with the problem for a minute to see if anything has clicked. Step 4, capture. If an idea hits, you drop everything and work on it. And step 5, recover. Take a quick break before you start the whole loop over again.
And look how practical this is. You can literally put creativity on a schedule. Maybe it's a 5-minute focused seed session in the morning, then a 15-minute diffuse walk outside, then a quick 1-minute ping to see what surfaced. And if something hits, you dive into a 20-minute capture sprint. This turns creativity from this mysterious, unpredictable thing into a reliable process you can count on.
So here's the bottom line. That time you spend just staring out the window or taking that long shower, that is not procrastination. It is an absolutely essential part of the creative process. Your brain is hard at work back there, connecting the dots, so the only question left is, are you going to give it the time and space it needs to deliver your next aha moment?